Alberto Levi. Alberto, Alberto Levy. I'm a founder of Poly Rewards. We do crypto cashback. We want to democratize the access to crypto because just a few people they have crypto, and we need more people to have crypto. So we're in the application level, so we're making it easy for people to earn, store, and use crypto.
So I buy something with crypto and I get a rebate?
No, you buy with fiat. So you go online, you go to Booking.com or Walmart or Carrefour, and you just buy. And part what you buy, you get back in crypto. Because the biggest challenge for normal people is how to get in the world of crypto. People, they think that they have to invest, but they don't necessarily have to invest because it's kind of like opaque, shady, and sometimes untrustworthy to get in this world. And this way, you just get some money back.
So you're essentially the drug dealer saying, here, the first one's free.
Yes, an appetizer for you, so we're responding to that FOMO, right? That fear of missing out, why I don't have crypto. And come on, my parents, they try to get crypto and really hard to get a wallet, all this type of things. And this way, no, you just buy whatever you buy, and we're getting money from marketing. So it's performance marketing, they pay us to drive sales. And we get the money, we buy crypto, and we deposit for people for free in Bitcoins. We're starting with Bitcoins now.
So you're not doing anything with Ethereum?
Doing with what? Ethereum?
Yes.
No, it's multi-crypto, but yeah, we're doing.
Okay, I mean, I've kind of done the same thing. There's some people that I instead of sending them cash out, I send them crypto.
Yeah. Here.
Like, what is this? Just, it's your first taste.
And yeah, we believe the time will come, but it has to be massive. Just a few people they have crypto, and that's why you have so much volatility. And we are in that mission to make it, more democratic and to be normalized the day-to-day use. Yeah, so we give them cash back, and then they can, withdraw the money to their bank accounts or send to another wallet, or even make purchases to some of our partners.
So you're giving them a wallet in house of your own wallet, or you're sending them to a wallet?
We have a pseudo wallet. We show them their balances. Actually, we have the custody. So they don't want to mess with us because it's complicated. But if they want to mess with us, they can send to another real wallet, the Coinbase or MetaMask or anything. But now they just see their balance, they see how much crypto they have, and so they can make donations, they can send to another wallet or through Lightning
Let's talk about wallets for a second. So essentially, in the cell phone world, you have Apple, I decide everything for you, you're an idiot, I control you.
Yep.
And then you have Android, you can do whatever you want, but hey, it's on you.
It's on you, all problems.
Right? So we have custodial, we have non-custodial. The regulations that are coming out, like in Canada, it's over custodial wallets. We can all agree that the people who don't understand this ought to have some regulations. But can you see a world in which wallets are going to get better? Maybe there's some level of hybrid, and I want to come to a wallet that kind of takes care of me, but allows me to toggle on and off some things I might want, and I don't have the ability to statistically set up.
Absolutely. So I like to give the example of credit cards. Credit cards are really complex. You have like 19 players between, both, origin and destination, and people just use it because they don't have to understand anything, it just works. I think that the wallets would be something like this, very simple to use. I have assets, and I want to use my assets on things that I perceive value about. So it has to be something like this. It's not that we're against people to know about, crypto and blockchain, but come on, do you really have to know to be a black belt on blockchain to understand that, or to know it's a proof of concept or a proof of work or proof of stake? No, it's just asset, that's value, and then you can pass this value over. So we believe that's going to be things like this, otherwise it won't be massified. We need the masses to adopt that. Otherwise, we'll be, again, controlled by a few that are whales. They have more, Bitcoins or any other crypto than the others. And the idea is not this just to be in the hands of few wealthy people, it's to be in the hands of all.
Okay, so since you brought up this thing, proof of work, is proof of work more or less secure?
No, at the end it won't be. I think, technology will come. and that it wouldn't be a matter of A or B. I think systems they have to develop themselves. And now it's about time, and time of transactions more than how secure it is. I believe it will be as secure as, and so I don't think it's a matter of that. It's how can those systems develop themselves to be, more useful at the end.
Recently, all the people were like, it's going to go to 10,000.
That it went down.
It's not gold, it's not recession-proof.
Yeah.
We know it's going to go back up. We know the regulation is probably what's going to drive it. But when it goes back up, do you think that because Ethereum is now a mistake, and Bitcoin still doesn't have smart contracts, whether they go there or not, do you think the gap between Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to shrink? So Bitcoin will go up less, and Ethereum is going to...
I don't... That's a very good question. I think there will be more developments on layer 2 that might bring Bitcoin a little bit closer to Ethereum also in the other way. So it might decrease the gap, but we're talking about RGBs, we're talking about other things happening in Bitcoin that will make it easier if you use a layer 2 instead of layer 1. So I don't know. They're very, very good question. We thought that, after the big change, the value would go up, and it actually went down a little bit. So it will accommodate. It's really hard to predict. We just have expectations. But we're believers, so we're not a good crowd.
So you have all these lower level chains. And, everybody's fighting for position, but it's still the top team.
Yeah.
Do you think these lower level chains are going to start to specialize in utilities they want to attract?
Yeah, I do believe so. And I do believe we have so many opportunities for those chains, because there are a lot of useful things that we can do, and not necessarily all blockchains are good for everything. So a lot of niche and possibilities, absolutely. And some will go towards like gaming and exchanging gaming. Some will be portability through DAO to metaverse implementation. So I think it's good that we have all of this.
Is crypto a bad word that shows the retirement? Scares grandma?
A little bit, yes, today, because there's so much fraud happening, and the fraud is the one that sells newspapers, right? When something goes awry, and still people are scared of crypto. So we have to embed this in everyday life. Oh, it was crypto? Yeah, it's a digital asset that has some economic value. But I think the big revolution is not crypto isolated, but it's the digital asset revolution that comes with crypto, but everything else that comes along with that.
So should there be some sort of organization, like the emoticon board decides on which emoticon, not a set word, like how many different interpretations of the word digital twin have you heard in the past 6 months? Should somebody be saying, this is the word, this is what it means?
No, and we have so many ecosystems. I think things accommodated through time. But now, usually the strongest ones, they kind of like define, make it the standard. But the way we talk in Middle East is different than what we talk in Latin America and the US and Europe. So it will accommodate. And now, even if you go to different conferences, to different talks, they have a slightly different vocabulary to tell the same thing. Even different things. So it will accommodate in a while. So be more based on use, how people are using it, and then it becomes the standard.
So is regulation good or bad?
Regulation is very important. It's very important because otherwise it cannot be massive. So it's not over-regulated, it's not under-regulated, but some regulations I believe it is good. Without regulations, this cannot be on the streets for everyone. So, and the question that comes with this is, who regulates that? We don't want the US to own that thing. We don't want, it's not just the US or anyone else to own that. So how can we make that regulated across and not self-regulated and totally autonomous regulation? I think we need some hands and smart people. I don't know, I don't have the formula for that. Some regulation, it is very important in my view.
There have been other examples, stocks, gold, SWIFT.
Yeah.
There are definitely protocols that have been put in place that have become universal, partly market-driven, partly industry-driven. So, I mean, every industry has an association for the industry. Otherwise, what are we headed towards? Google, Meta, Apple, and a bunch of senators driving the U.S., and then once the U.S. says this is it, the rest of the world, what are you going to do?
Yeah, that's a tough one. And I think now we have tokens, right? Those tokens could give us some governance. But if we think with everything that we said, the ones who owns the tokens are the wealthy ones. They have more tokens. So it's hard to define what is community, what type of community, and what do you want to do. So what do you want to develop? So not easy questions, but every day we have to live for another day and try to figure out among ourselves. It's interesting what's happening.
Okay, so we know a U.S. coin is coming. We know all the governments are going to have it.
Yeah.
We know stable coins. So is the burning of tokens and the mass minting that the Fed will do? We know they do.
Yeah, but they can do. But I think that will be the great difference between a country issued money and non-country issued money. So they can work with their money as much as they want, and they will exist as any international currency or any currency. So there will be another digital asset, and if you like the rules and if you like the way they manage those assets, hey, you can even buy US dollars, right? Digital US dollars or any other country's digital coin. But I think it will be a big divide. This is country issued, this is non-country issued.
So do you think that pension plans, sovereign wealth, are going to go to that, and eventually Bitcoin and Ethereum is going to go back to the OG line instead of Web3 and the little guy?
Oh yeah.
So eventually it's all it's going to be chaotic at first, and lots of weird shit's going to go down. But eventually it's going to kind of
accommodate, absolutely. This is already happening, but without having all this sovereign money coming. So it will. Awesome. Those are great questions.
Do you know high frequency trading?
No.
So essentially they have these algorithms and these bots that got into the stock market, and basically it's not electronic, it's literally an algorithm saying if the price of this drops below this, you buy X amount.
Okay.
Goes up to here.
Okay.
And basically what it did was it really, really caused some problems with the stock market because it was doing it so efficiently that
and so
traders
yeah.
Okay, and it had a huge impact, and then the regulators came in, no one will over that. So it doesn't really work. They tried to apply these bots in the crypto world, but for some reason it doesn't work. Maybe if you don't understand all that.
Okay.
But do you have a theory or basically the ups and downs are higher, lower, and the frequency of that. So people are speculating, but somehow these high frequency bots are not working. Why is that?
No, to be honest, I don't know. I don't have the understanding of the lay of the lands on that. So yeah.
Okay, let's talk about mass adoption. When I first heard the term mass adoption was probably a year and a half ago, maybe. And most of the people, when I said, what is mass adoption, it was explained in the sense of, well, it's when government gets involved enough to kind of help it get to the masses. There was a government element to it. And people weren't really saying regulations, though that was clearly what they meant. People were afraid to say that. So now you hear people not really talking about that. They talk a lot about mass adoption.
More grassroots.
You don't even know, right? Like your car title, your mortgage, like blockchain technology is influencing your life on a daily basis. The vast majority of people don't even know about it. Is that the same as what the term I'm kind of trying to refer to, adoption of the masses, where a couple of years ago we had 8-year-olds and 80-year-olds going, Bitcoin? Like, can we talk about Bitcoin? Like what do you know about Bitcoin?
Yeah.
So is there a difference between it's in our lives and we're all familiar with it and appreciating it and kind of working with blockchain versus it just exists?
Yeah. Those are amazing thoughts, because I think there's a big difference from mass adoption for the old days and mass adoption government regulated or facilitating the use of those assets. But I think it's even coming grassroots. So you see Argentina, there's a lot of crypto going on. In Brazil, there's a lot of crypto going on. In some countries, it's forbidden, but people, they have crypto. So I don't believe that it's just a governmental easy of use of those assets, much more the interest of people in having something that's digital, that has value, and for different countries and different people, they mean something different. We've seen a lot of Russia moving some assets to crypto because they cannot use the banks. And again, we see Venezuela, we see countries where there's the money is being devaluated, so it's getting some safe haven, not that safe, but like in the crypto space. So I think mass adoption will come from interest, usage, and yes, it's related to regulation. But regulation is not just regulation, but we need that to apply that layer of applications on top of that. So Saudi Arabia is not forbidden to use, not illegal to use, but it's not regulated. And there's a lot of going on. It's the third country in the region with more crypto assets. So people are using it. So they're going towards like mass adoption without even have like governmental direction on where to go. If it's not illegal, we're doing, although it's not regulated. So let's play with this. So I think that it's going to be that type of different mass adoption, more like people interested in doing this, curious, and then playing with this a little bit, and then see what can I use with this. And then suddenly you see that even if my government does not adopt formally this, I can go there and get a coffee with my crypto. And that's for me is enough, to exchange value.
So let's talk a little bit about the legalities and government control. So you have India is a great example of you can't stop it.
Yeah, you can stop it. It's not legal. I mean, you pay. Yeah, India you pay taxes. It's not legal, but if you have it, you pay taxes. Come on,
But they tried to stop it.
Yeah, they couldn't.
Hong Kong, the Chinese government is basically in Hong Kong saying, you know what, we're not going to go after you, just, don't flaunt it, don't talk about it, but whatever.
Because it's in the cloud, the differences from the other assets is that the government cannot take those assets from you. That for me is a big difference.
Okay, but there's also this concept, it's spelled, that it's like offshore money in the Cayman Islands.
Yeah.
Nobody knows I have it, it's untraceable. There's almost this money laundering, dark web mentality to it that really isn't true.
Isn't true.
It's not.
It's not true. Yeah, it's not true. Yeah, so it's kind of like, offshore, but transparent. So it's about where it is versus, the visibility of that. I don't know if it makes sense what I'm saying. So it's not regulated by Cayman or Andorra, it's in the cloud. But at the same time, it's visible because it's in the blockchain, we can see that. So we have to come up with different ways of understanding this because it's not geographically what it is. It's about, it's about where you reside, the taxes you have to pay, and you can show, on the blockchain every transaction that you have. So. And I have to grab lunch with him, but.
I have another question.
Yeah.
So, who aggregates the data? Massive amount of information is out there. Yet, everyone that I talk to, when I talk about, okay, so how is this data being indexed, aggregated, sorted? Everyone is willing to put their information in medical sense out there. My name's not changed, but my history of participants in various things, all of that research incredibly way. Never had access to that. All of the bad players that are doing these black events, they've left a history of their mindset that if data could be aggregated by someone or something. So where are we at in the space of a Google and Web3?
Yeah, I think that data's over there, but I think it's more like in the privacy, what type of data I will allow to be out. So there are a lot of projects, of course, using blockchain that you can define what goes out or not. So it's still a no man's land in a way that it's there. We're getting more and more, and everything historically. So it's not just the moment in time that we have these transactions and records, but throughout time. And there will come a moment that we start like connecting those dots, and this is very powerful. But then we have to, although it is transparent, it's also very private. And it's good that's transparent and private at the same time. We see the records, we see the transactions, but who owns this? We still have to talk about this. So many things to be done. That's why it's very exciting to be in that space.
So the same as you're kind of introducing people, beginners to the process, but what we're talking about here is absolutely a key part of mass adoption, right? Until there is some sort of understanding of this stuff can be very, very powerful and it makes sense, but you keep it private or turn it on, but you control that. When you're sharing for marketing or advertising purposes, you want to control that. This is one of the key components. People talk about regulation, wallets, these are the things for mass adoption. The two issues I brought up, I don't really know people talking about in regards to this is key components to mass adoption. So if I put two of them, and I'm barely in the space, what am I missing? What other key elements do we need for mass adoption?
I think one thing is the understanding that all of this, it has value, right? So if people see that their behavior, their lives, they have values, even for others, they can use this as currency. And so this would even motivate them to get into the space a little bit. Hey, why is not Facebook's and Google's paying for my value? Because my transactions and my information, they have value. And so we had, the currency was ads. Now we don't need ads to have currency in the web space, for instance. And we can use all this as our currency now.